Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. Quickly, guys, before I start this, I am now fully back. I've finished all the exams, so expect more consistency on the channel. I'm going to try to push for daily uploads once again. So let's dive right into this analysis today. We're going to start on this weekly time frame. We need to zoom out to this high time frame here because we have seen a touch with this long-term ascending trend line. The last time we had a touch with this before that was actually all the way back in September of 2024. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because if we now were to break down below this critical level with a confirmed candle close on this weekly time frame, currently this level is sitting at about 79,000, then guys, this will start to look pretty bearish for Bitcoin. Seriously. Look, if we get some kind of wick below here, potentially to these previous highs from this range that we were trading in, this is at around like 70,000, then fair enough, especially if this only turns out to be some kind of wick, but we do not get a close below this level, that would be completely fine. But guys, getting a weekly candle close below that critical level of support is going to be quite serious if we see it happen. Oppositely, I'm actually going to zoom into the daily time frame so you can see this trend line a little bit better. It's basically the same as this trend line right here. On this daily time frame, obviously we are still in this downtrend. We've been covering this on the channel every single day here on the days that I could upload, of course, but we're back to daily uploads now. Either way, like, we are still in this downtrend, and this means that over time we are just trending down towards this ascending trend line on the weekly time frame. However, if we now break above this ascending trend line, guys, that will be a bullish confirmation signal for me that likely we are going higher. Now, at the same time, we do have the S&P 500 absolutely fucking crashing the last couple of days. So this might pull the Bitcoin market down further. Now, for now, Bitcoin is holding above these previous lows. So this could speak to some strength being in Bitcoin at the moment. However, like I said before, we are in a downtrend on this daily time frame. So be careful being extremely bullish here, so long as we are not breaking out above this level of resistance. Besides that, on the 4-hour time frame here, it's looking a little bit chaotic, but let me just zoom in here a little bit. So I took this Fibonacci level here, and so far, guys, we are holding above this Fibonacci golden pocket. And on the 4-hour time frame, this is a critical level of support. This Fibonacci golden pocket is sitting from 82.5K all the way as low as 82.4K. So you do not want to see 4-hour candle closes below this Fibonacci golden pocket. That would actually point towards more downside coming for Bitcoin after that, especially if you see some kind of dip to perhaps this 0.786 level at about 82K, a bounce back up to the Fibonacci golden pocket and getting a rejection from there. That's the type of thing that would really be another bearish confirmation signal here on the 4-hour time frame. Lastly, in terms of the technical analysis here, we should also take a look at the 1-hour time frame because we cover all the different time frames on the channel here. Right now, the price is basically being compressed between this level of resistance on the 1-hour time frame and this level of support. If you're looking for the next direction in terms of the short-term moves here, obviously, this is just a downtrend. We're making lower highs and lower lows over and over again here. So the direction is actually down. But in the immediate short term, you could wait to see another breakdown below this level of support. And then likely we're going to see some moves down to lower levels once again. Oppositely, if you now get a break above this descending line of resistance, we make a new high here, perhaps a higher low coming in above this previous low right here. And then the structure on the 1-hour time frame starts to look a little bit more bullish, where you have higher highs and higher lows being formed. And this points towards a short-term move to the upside. That's at least what the structure would be pointing towards at that point. So that is something to potentially look out for over the next 24 hours. Either way, moving on to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 2-week time frame, notice how right here we actually took out a big pocket of liquidity. This was yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make a video, but here I am today. This big pocket was sitting at about 82.6K. Right now, on the 2-week time frame, the biggest pockets of liquidity are sitting at 81.1K and as high as 89,000 in the Bitcoin price. There is also a decent amount of liquidity at this 85K level. To get a better view of what actually is going on the lower time frames here, let's take a quick look at the 48-hour time frame. Right here, you can see, again, we just swept some liquidity to the downside. There is more liquidity left as low as 81.5K, but most of the liquidity on this 48-hour time frame is also to the upside, again sitting around that 85,000 US dollar level. So potentially that scenario that I was talking about earlier here, if we break out above this level of resistance that is sitting roughly at 83.4K, this is trending down over time, of course, but if you start to see higher highs and higher lows being formed, then potentially it could be targeting this 85,000 US dollar level in order to take out all of that liquidity. And from there, I know I'm talking really far in advance here, but from there you could be looking for a potential rejection after all of the liquidity is swept, or if it breaks through, be a little bit cautious there, because potentially it could just end up being a wick on, for example, the 4-hour time frame, and then followed by another sharp move to the downside. For example, on the 1-day time frame, you could get a move up to 85K and still get a rejection from there, and it would still be below this descending trend line in the Bitcoin price. Lastly, let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables. Yesterday on Friday, we saw a net outflow of about $65 million from the Bitcoin ETFs. So for now, they are having a downwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. That's all there is to say about that for now. So guys, like I said in the beginning of this video, I am now fully back. I'm going to be uploading daily once again. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on so you do not miss any of these important update videos. Once again, my apologies for the inconsistent schedule over the last like two weeks or so. I was having exams at university, so that was the reason why. Hopefully you guys were aware of that. Either way, this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.